In several of the long waves you're mentioning, not just clean tech, but also health and healthcare and biotech, there's a big public policy component that I'd love to get your thought. I mean, we don't know yet who's going to be president, but what advice would you have for either candidate with respect to public policy that needs to support the kind of growth that you're talking about?
Yeah, I think it's a great point, and I think more so today than ever before, venture is more policy influence than it has been. There's kind of two sides of it. One is, I think for the first time with the passage of the significant legislation that came through on Monday, I believe, we now have, at least in solar and a couple other of the renewable areas, for the first time ever, policy that has a time horizon of 8 years, which gives enough of a signal to Silicon Valley and to research universities and to entrepreneurs that you can orient this way and you can practice your business knowing what the business environment and framework will be around it. Versus historically in renewables here in the United States, we've had an incentive 1 year, then we turn it off. Then we turn it on, then we turn it off. Then a new senator comes in, we turn it back on. And the message to businesses, we don't know what we're doing, so don't trust anything here, right? I mean, this is not a serious issue, and we just waffle back and forth. I think now with the current passage of the extension of the investment tax credit and others, I think for the first time you're starting to see people be serious about these areas as a growth business and also for securing jobs and manufacturing capacity in the United States. The second part of it is to realize that most of these industries are not dominated by the United States. And so I think more so in clean tech than in our other practice areas, the markets for these companies are not domestic. The biggest markets are international. And the question is, how do you service those markets from Palo Alto or Houston or New York City? That's a challenge that other areas around the world that have startups have dealt with more so than Silicon Valley. But I think we're learning how to do it. Policy is an increasing part of the landscape and one that the Valley, I think, is learning how to do.